Hello and welcome. Massive win. Qualification for the World Cup assured. Now India doesn't have to play the qualifiers. Coach will have a long run in the Hockey India League and the Pro League to get India ready for the World Cup in August of next year. But the interesting part, August World Cup, September Asian Games. So Craig Fulton will have all his hair turned white. But first things first, that was excellent. You have this tactical nose to raise the bar exactly when it matters. What's the speciality that you keep doing and this magic that you keep doing?
It's called practice. Uh, no, I think at the same time we've had a really good build up. We had 2 months. So the 2 weeks in, 4 weeks in Sai was really good, and then we had 2 weeks in Australia in Perth, and then we obviously just played the tournament for 2 weeks. So we've been on the road for 2 months. So it was a really good camp, a really good build up, and obviously playing Australia before we played the Asia Cup was crucial.
People were very worried after the Pro League and Australia. Was it again very much like Paris? Because ahead of Paris, the 5 Test series didn't go well, but you used it as a preparation and got the team to peak at the right time. Was it the same plan this time around?
The Pro League was a bit disappointing. We prepped as well as we could. We had some logistical issues, and some of our players arrived late to the tournament and things like that with visa. But we were playing well. We just lost by 1 goal per game, and it was like 7 games out of 8, or 6 games out of 8 that we lost by 1 goal. The first Belgium game we lost by 3, and then we won the last Belgium game. So there was signs all the way through that we were playing well, but we just didn't have the it just didn't fall in place for us. At the same time, the Pro League wasn't the be all and end all, because we knew we had the Asia Cup coming, and yeah, after the Pro League, we had a good conversations with the squad and the coaching staff, and we put a plan together, and then yeah, here we are now, having won the Asia Cup. So super happy about that.
Now that the World Cup qualification is out of the way, how important is that? You don't have to plan for that and directly plan for the World Cup and the Asian Games. Massive year in 26. Have you been
Yeah.
able to sort of think about that it kind of gives you more relief and more time to prepare?
Yeah, for sure. I think the big challenge that we have is that if like you say, we have Azan Shah coming up November, South Africa in December, and then early January is Hockey India League, and then it goes Pro League, and then if you are still in a qualifier, that makes it very tricky. So I'm glad we've avoided that, and I suppose the World Cup in August, and then 3 weeks later the Asian Games. That's more the focus, to try and get a balance of being able to do well in both tournaments.
Because World Cup is huge and Asian Games also means Olympic qualification coach. So that'll
Yeah.
to be kind of balanced really well. I mean, I was thinking this morning that very interesting 1.5 months in August and September.
Yeah, I think the other thing as well is that the Hockey Pro League, also the winner qualifies for LA Olympics. So you have that, as well as obviously the Asian Games as well. So yeah, let's see how we go. We're just trying to plot our way through the next 2-3 months, and then I think January, February, March will be a lot clearer what
You
we're
know,
going to be doing.
lot of exciting talent. Abhishek, Sukhjit, that
Mm,
start yesterday, the first minute, and that set the tone.
mm,
Your thoughts
mm.
on that? I mean, your reaction. You generally don't react like that, but your reaction on television, you were really happy and chuffed about that first goal, that reverse one. Exciting new
Yeah.
talent coming up.
Yeah, I think that the main thing is we needed to score early and score first, and then when you play a defensive team that just wants to play on the counter, if you score first, and we got to 2-0 in the first half, they have to change their plan. They have to come out and try and score goals. So they didn't really high press. They didn't do anything. So then we knew we just had to manage the ball and just manage the game, really. And then unless Korea was going to take their keeper off or full press or go full for the win, but I didn't see it. So it was really important to score first, and that was part of the plan.
Back-to-back medals at the Olympic Games. Now, obviously, this one. Do you feel more pressure because you've set the bar pretty high in India? People expect more and more from Craig Fulton.
Well, I think that was always the case when I arrived. I always wanted to get the team to consistently be number one in Asia. And I think we've firmly done that in the last 2 years. So we won 2 ACTs and 1 Asia Cup. And the last time they won Asia Cup was 8 years ago. So yeah, it's positive. It's really positive. I think back to back with the medals is showing consistency. I think the next big challenge is to do something at the World Cup and to go back to back and win the Asia Games. That's the goal.
One thing I would want to know, I mean, Paddy Upton made this comment about Indian team being one of the fittest in the world, and he compared it with cricket, just to give an analogy. Your thoughts on that? I mean, that fitness level and continuing with the intensity to all 60 minutes, that kind of stands out. Am I right in saying that we are one of the fittest at this point in time, physically and mentally in world hockey?
We're definitely getting stronger mentally, and the mental aspect comes from the physical. So we've made a conscious effort in the last 24 months to really improve that and not be the team that runs out of gas in the last quarter. So to say that it's a compliment. I think the guys have worked really hard, especially in the last 6 months, to be fair. And we still got some room to go. I mean, there's a lot of teams with amazing athletes and speed and sprintability. That's what you need in our sports. And yeah, we up there. I would say we up there for sure.
Last couple of questions, because I know you have a flight to catch. One, this period of unwinding in elite high performance sport, there is no unwinding in that sense. How do you kind of recalibrate? Do you keep thinking on strategy, tactical moves, prep planning? How do you kind of unwind in these kind of 3 months? And what does Craig Fulton do in his off time to kind of recharge himself and make it better and better?
Well, like I say, I've been away for 2 months from my family, so that's an extended period of time. That's a long time for anyone to be away. Same with the players and the other staff members. Obviously, they live in India, but they don't see their family as much. But I'll go back to Dublin tonight, and yeah, this next week I'm going to just reconnect with the family and recharge and reflect. We've had an interesting 2 months. It's been mostly successful, what we wanted, and we brought through a lot of younger players that came into the squad to go to Australia who did well. Now, I suppose it's just putting the plan together for Azlan Shah, for South Africa, and for Pro League. And I just need a bit of time out just to clear my brain and then start again, recharge, like you say. And then we'll be back in 3 weeks. I think on the 29th, the first national camp starts.
Last question. 4-3, 3-2, 2-2. All of a sudden there was pressure. I'm not taking that Kazakhstan match. What did you do? Did you do anything to sort of speak to the boys? Because all of a sudden Malaysia, China, and final against Korea, total demolition, whether it's 7-0 Malaysia, whether it's 4-0 or whatever, and yesterday 4-1. Did you do anything different? Did you sit them down, have a word, or no, nothing was needed? Everything gets conveyed because these are professionals.
No, I think we were still in a little bit of a transition between Australia and Bihar. So we had come out, and I think the first 2-3 days in Bihar was really, really warm, and that caught us out a little bit. We were still playing well, but we didn't finish strong. And then I just knew we needed a few more days. And when we got through to the Monday after the Kazakhstan game, we were a bit more settled. The other thing is playing tournament hockey, because you play all these games that you change the squad. You have 24 in the squad. Now you only have 16 plus 2 keepers. And then you're playing 7 games in 10 days with 16 players. And then they get better and better. Their rhythm gets better. They get to kind of play pressure hockey or tournament hockey with each other. And then there's no one else coming to change. There's no one else coming to give you a solution. You have to find that solution together. We did a very good job with the staff and the tactical team on what we needed to do, playing the different opposition. And then with Alan Tan, it was just a matter of time before we really adapted. And as soon as we adapted, come the Malaysia game, yeah, you saw from then on, we were in another gear. We were another 2 gears up. And then the China game showed what we could do. And then to do back-to-back with China and Korea, yeah, it was really positive.
I said last, but just a quick word on the crowd. They were fantastic. And this makes a difference, right? So just a word on the crowd.
Yeah, it takes a while to get used to playing with the crowd in the beginning, because every time you touch the ball and you go over the halfway line, they want a goal. So sometimes it's a little bit distracting for the players because they just go, and they forget a little bit of what we're trying to do and the control we need. But then also the composure. But you can never underestimate the crowd. The crowd's like our 12th man. We love that. We'll always want to play for them. At the same time, you got to manage it as well, because sometimes you have to control the game versus just every time there's a counterattack, you expect it to score, and it doesn't always happen, So it was just a balancing act, but I think we got the balance right over the last 3-4 games. Even the Korea game, that's where it caught us out a bit. We had plenty chances, but just didn't have the composure to finish. I think come the Malaysia game, China game, Korea game, yeah, it was like a quarter, semi, and a final, and we were. The crowd was behind us, and we were on the money to play to the crowd and not for the crowd, but we controlled our own destiny there. So that was good.
I'll end there. I mean, that's incredible India for you, Craig Fulton, the crowd and everything else. This country will never cease to amaze you. You're part of us.
For sure.
You're part of us, and you're part of our story. You're part of this incredible India story. We'll take it forward together. Travel safe.
Yeah.
Travel safe.
Thank you so much.
Wish you a
Thanks
very
for your
best.
time. Thank you.
So
Take care.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Cheers, Boria.